So we're not gonna we gotta talk a little bit about the end of the world.
As we know it,
Yeah, we haven't really touched
on the war.
wars.
No, the wars. Yeah.
I don't. I read an article the other day that Russia has they've got better like Russia and China both have better nukes than we do right now.
Better in capacity, or
They like Russia has a nuke and it's whatever the people will like maybe the Annihilator or whatever it is, but it's got 10 warheads. When it opens up, it's got 10 warheads, and I want to think that those things are like 400 megaton. They were saying if one of those warheads was to hit like say Manhattan,
mm-hmm.
then it would kill a couple of million on impact, and then within you know several million on radiation
And the
poisoning.
days afterwards, the after effects
Yeah,
of it.
it's
Yeah.
just like, but it's so now that Biden's uh, putting money into a new nuke, and like Russia has like 25, we've got like 23. China only has like 400 or 500 nukes, but their nukes are I mean, they're super powerful. I'm thinking to myself, like, why are we having the conversation? Like, does anybody, like, I can't be the oldest guy in the room and actually saw war games, right? Like, I don't know. But they were talking these talking points like when was the last time we've seen a news clip from the Ukraine?
Well, what's happened, and I think we've talked about this in other topics, is the news feed now is vertical, and Gaza has eaten up much of the coverage. Not that it's not being covered, but you've got to commit. You've got to commit to scrolling or flipping pages if you're still buying a newspaper, because the coverage has been supplanted by the new war that everyone's talking about. And I think what's happening, and the reason for that is it's causing more division on our soil with people, the pro Palestine and the liberation of Palestine, and then Israel, and it's creating divisions between friends, and so it just seems to have more of a stake, maybe. So it's a better news story.
Yeah, I watched the Republican speaking points last night on the debate, and it just everything is very it's cut and dry. Like there's no gray matter, and probability and statistics of you dropping the amount of explosives that they have in Gaza, and you're killing 10,000 Palestinians that are uh, casualties of war, and there's
The
only
citizens you're talking about, not
right,
the
not
Hamas fighters,
Hamas,
right?
not Hamas, no, and it's just like I don't know, I just And maybe it's just that I can't even pick up my phone because I'm so tired of seeing these beautiful Palestinian children being pulled out of this wreckage, and it's like, I mean, what's what caused this? The atrocities that caused this, that they did to the Jewish
O-
families,
October 7th. Yeah.
you know, to the 1300. I mean, but that's the whole thing, is like, so they knew exactly what they were doing. They knew that they would get this response, and they knew that they would pull Israel into it, because there's nobody that's, if somebody, if you walk in the house and somebody's raping one of your daughters or your wife or whatever's going to happen, and you've got a handgun, I don't think you're going to have a peace summit about that. I'm pretty sure you're going to blow their fucking brains out.
I would have a very emotional response.
Right. And I think that these motherfuckers. I mean, there's a reason why they're called terrorists. It's like, what's the worst thing you can imagine? Well, fucking something happening to your wife, your child, your grandmother. I mean, just the most. They went after the weak, and I just I wish. And I mean, they've got this fucking this system of tunnels, and that they. I mean, that you can't just go in those tunnels and fucking blow those up, because that could be where the hostages are.
Hmm.
And Trump made a statement, is these fuckers are smart, and he got shit for it. You know, he got shit for it, and it was in poor taste, but it's not like this wasn't fucking thought out.
Hmm.
And we had talked about this maybe 2 weeks before that happened, and we talked about Gaza, and how basically that you weren't allowed 300 meters to the fence line.
Hmm.
And lo and behold, these motherfuckers blew holes in it and knew. I mean, they knew it's like you could have had more intel than these fuckers had you fucking put together the security system yourself.
Which surprises me because Israel is always known for its
Always.
counterintelligence and its.
And it looks now like Gaza will probably be occupied, because there's no way, and there's no way that you can uh, look at the Jewish government and think that you can do anything but fucking rule. You've got to rule with an iron fist until you know.
Well, the commitment. I mean, Netanyahu's the commitment. He's gone this far. It's not like they're going to stop.
Well, and
This is
it's not like Hamas is going to stop when they're
well. That's what.
basically their charter is, until every fucking Jewish uh, human being on this planet is dead.
There's
I
no
mean,
answer for this, and it's because it's rooted in religion. We talked about it. It's not
right.
just a territory; it's what's attached to it. And you've got a holy war, is what you've got. And
But God, I wish I would have sent you this fucking thing today that I saw, and it's an Arab gentleman, and he's speaking, and he's saying that there's Farsi, there's Arabic, and there's something else,
mhm.
and that when Christ spoke one of the three, but the way he would pronounce it was the way he would pronounce God would be Allah, but it's a different pronunciation, meaning my God. And what this gentleman was basically saying is that the Jews, the Muslims, they're all basically from the same tribes or same. It's like they're all brothers. It's like it's three brothers basically having this war,
Mm.
and it's just like I mean I don't know.
It's devastating. It's
It
devastating,
is. I
and
mean,
there's no end in sight right now. We're a month, I guess, a month into this
yeah.
conflict, into this war.
Well, but at the same time, it's just like so we take our eye off the ball and we don't send. If anybody thinks that Putin's going to stop just because he feels like it, that ain't going to happen. And
What do you think?
China is not going to stop. You know, like China's not. They're we need this. Like we're in such a fucking shitstorm right now. You've still got fucking 36% of our country that are election denying over something that the AG that fucking worked for the fucking president, the ex-president, is saying like, no, there was, you know, what I mean, like we're so fucked up in so many just bullshit. Like last night, you watch this debate and you watch Scott say, I've been pro-life my entire, and all of a sudden he's jumping on the Lindsey Graham 15-week thing, which before that he was zero. Like he was like Kentucky. You get 5 weeks and that's it. And all these different people, and then I asked Trump once he sees the numbers come back from Ohio, and Trump says, abortion is not even, he'll just change to whatever he needs it to be.
Mm-hmm.
And if we can't fundamentally look at how fucked up that party is right now, and then the counter is, well, the other guy's old, you know, the other guy's old, and the economy sucks. And am I the only one that realizes that it's a global economy?
Our national jobs reports do well. There was what we have another big positive surprise in
Yeah.
growth last time. But yeah, any president, I don't care what party, we are all globally interconnected. The funny thing with gas, and we've beaten this dog to death on here,
Ugh.
but we get into a war with Russia,
They
and
they produce. We get in a war with Russia, and Trump cuts a deal with the Saudis to stop to uh, cut back their fucking production. And then we
gas
also
prices around the world
yeah, and then
are
we
out of
also
control.
go into summer blend,
Summer,
the summer blend of gasoline. This is that higher. It burn. The summer blend is a more expensive blend of gasoline.
okay.
So now I went to the pump today and it was like fucking from 428 to maybe 350.
Hmm.
Down to 350 for premium,
Yeah.
and I'm just like I don't know.
It's a global economy. Everything's interconnected, but you have to. these are easy triggers, right, for a candidate, for somebody touting their political party, but don't want to really dig deep and have a discussion. They just want it to be, you know, put a sticker on the thing of Biden
Yeah, the
quote,
economy
the I
sucks.
did this, yeah.
Yeah. Economy
So
sucks. I just, I mean, I just want to see who if the Donald gets back in. Like I thought Christie yesterday killed it because I thought Christie said, like, what the fuck's this guy gonna do? Why isn't he here? Why, even DeSantis, should he be explaining what he's going to do to make things better? And he's not there.
and
And
his
his,
numbers aren't taking a hit either.
no, no.
But he's probably doing the best thing for his campaign by, because he's a borderline moron. So you may not like the politics of the people on the stage last night, but you had some smart people on the stage who would have blistered him with information and reminding him in person that he was the guy that got to sleep in the White House for 4 years.
But there's not one of them that on that stage last night that had the just some moral compass to be able to say this fucking guy he's bad news. He's got 92 fucking counts against him. And you know what? You can say I mean, you can say witch hunt. You can say all this fucking shit you want to. If he doesn't win, he's fucked. And he knows it.
Mm-hmm.
And his people know it. So if he doesn't win and you're a Trump supporter and he fucking ends up eating this shit pie that he's built, then now you're an asshole. You got to look in the mirror and you got to say to yourself, I've backed him all this time and I'm a fucking asshole.
They'll just buy the next conspiracy theory. It'll be that the judge is
But he can't. The only thing that
undercover
the
terrorist.
only way that it doesn't work for him is because once he gets in, he can pardon himself from all this shit.
I don't know how far his self pardoning would extend, but however, I want to latch on to your point. Those people on the stage last night, the Republican debate, they're going to need, just because of the numbers we're talking about, Trump's voters.
Absolutely.
One way or the other, irrespective of what happens with Trump, they're going to need a great many of those voters
And
to even be relevant.
26% of those people are saying that they're not sure where their vote's going to go.
I wonder how accurate any of that stuff is. I feel like
I don't. I sit and watch last night, and I watch Virginia and Ohio and everything else, and I say to myself, like, wow, like I mean, I knew that Ohio wasn't gonna fucking. There was no way that they were gonna not have abortion. I mean, there's two, there's more women than men, and even though our fucking boy Swami wants to think that it's the man's fucking responsibility, it's like, come on, dude. You can't get a dude to pay fucking child support. You want him to fucking do what?
Did anyone have a worse showing than Vivek last night?
I think that he might be. That's the kind of guy that you wish was like 6'3", like 225, because you can just punch him right in the face. Now it's like like you're
Be
hitting
beating a
like
little guy up. Yeah.
I know you're hitting a skinny bitch. It's just like this motherfucker, man. I mean, when Nikki fucking he says you're scum.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just what the fuck is this a lampoon? Is this? And I've gotten to the point where you know my son isn't on this planet anymore, and I'm I'm financially I feel I'm pretty set, and I think I can take care of me and my wife, and you know, I like the people that we were talking the other day. A couple guys in the gym, they're like, "Don't you think there'll be a civil war?" I'm like, "Who's gonna have this fight? Who's gonna battle?" Like like is it the gangs of New York again? Should I get a fucking an eagle fucking thing to put in my eye, or who's gonna have this civil war?
I hear that reference sometimes too, but uh, I
Did you
think.
see
Mhm.
fucking Green fucking like going ape shit over the fucking the pro-Palestinian fucking
No.
protest in front of the yeah, shouldn't have a problem with the fucking with the insurrection. But
Right.
man, if you don't want innocent Palestinian kids and people to get fucking bombed, like that, don't think you get a fucking voice in this fucking country.
The Civil War reference is we've had. Just look at the last century. How much? I mean, there's division. There's division now. We had a country that treated a whole race of people as property, and the government protected your right to do so, sell them, and treat them with below acceptable standards for um, human race and dignity and all this. So, I mean, people were marching still in. There was a Life magazine. Did I tell you? Did I mention this on the air last week?
You said that you looked at it.
I looked at the Life magazine, and I did.
But it was before the civil rights movement.
It was before, and I had. You think you're seeing things that cars. Yeah, it's an old car, but it's not
Not
a
a black human being in it.
not anywhere in the magazine, all 200 pages or whatever it was. So, yes, we have division. We have political discourse now. We've got divergent opinions on rights to marry whoever you want and whatever, and those kind of freedoms. But we've had some fucked up divisions that were protected by the government here. And your Civil War in 1864, we haven't had one since. We've found ways around it. We've used legislation. We've used we've tempered our expectations a little. We've broadened our minds.
Well, that and the fact that
we've given human rights.
If the red states actually were to fucking like redivide like they did during the Civil War, and all the blue states that
That's very
basically
funny, right?
That keep them functioning on a daily basis, we're just to go. All right, well, you don't want our tax, you don't want none of our fucking help because there's not one red fucking state, maybe Florida. The rest of the red fucking states are absolutely relying on fucking blue state fucking funding.
Texas would do okay. Florida would do okay. But yeah, if we had two nations, red nation, blue nation, and the military was rationed according to what tax revenue was generated,
Oof.
blue would have a pretty kick-ass fucking military.
Yeah.
that New York, California, Massachusetts, Michigan tax money not flowing to the other states would be a problem. But for those that put up their hands and say, well, it's going to be a civil war, the two sides can't agree, I find it hard to believe that one side wanting to put tape on a stick or, you know, their cousin who was Frank is Philomena right now. I find it
Yeah.
hard to believe that we're coming to blows
Yeah,
over
it's
these
like,
things.
my whole thing is too is like the longer this goes on, um, to where like when I actually watched the people from Fox last night, kind of just like nobody's that good of an actor for that long, and you see the fucking people from Fox going, "We got to change this. Like this our like." And you go back to 16. If they don't rig the voting districts there, they lost the fucking general. I mean, the fucking red wave was. I mean,
Yeah.
I just look at I'm thinking like, and everybody on the stage last night was saying, "I'm tired of being a fucking loser." And you're like, well, I feel like the fucking Full Metal Jacket when it fucking comes up to uh, Matthew Bodine and says, "What's this? Like you got a peace sign? If I kill, I duel my but why don't you come along for the fucking big win?
Well, the
You
Born
know?
to Kill.
Yeah, I'm born
Yeah.
to kill and a peace sign. Duality of man, sir. Yeah, why don't you come along for the fucking win, huh, buddy? Like, come on, guys. Fuck.
Crazy time to be alive.
But we did, gotta say, fucking won. The UPS, Auto Workers, Screen Actors Guild, and Writers Guild all fucking settled their strikes.
Yes.
So there is some diplomacy going on in this country.
Figuring it out.
Seems to be all in the proper form of. Would Newsom just make everybody in the fast food industry in California start at $20 an hour?
Was it 20?
20,
Okay.
and then healthcare workers at 25.
It's fair.
So if you're fucking carrying a fucking a bag of shit, you get $25. If you're carrying a Big Mac, 20.
A Big Mac 20. Both bags of shit you're going to tell me. I would love a fucking Big Mac right now. Let me just tell you.